Yep, Lil Durk. Lil Durk is locked up. There's certain words that we can't really say. We can't say. We gotta say unalive, and we can't say. Yeah, so there's different words that we gotta like stay away from. So Lil Durk was arrested because of the unaliving of King Von. Why not want to say?
Not King Von.
Not King Von.
He was arrested for unaliving the. I forget if he's a cousin or a brother of Quando Rondo.
Yeah.
And then he's also was arrested for the attempted unaliving of Quando Rondo. So basically, he put the money up. Okay, so he was he financed it. That's what they're trying to say. So all this is allegedly. So this is alleged. You know, I'm not trying to get sued or nothing like that. So this is all allegedly.
And also allegedly they were saying that he was trying to get a private jet to Italy after the associates were arrested in Chicago earlier Thursday morning. While he was in Fort Lauderdale, he initially booked flights to Dubai and Switzerland, but didn't board either. Now, I don't know, because I don't think he knew that he was going to get arrested, so I don't think he was trying to
Never know nowadays.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that he knew that he was going to get arrested for that. So, I mean, but they're trying to say that he was trying to do the Russell Simmons, allegedly. Because, you know, Russell is like, I ain't going back. Russell over there doing yoga every day. Because he's like, I ain't going back to America because y'all got a surprise for me. But how you feel about what's going on?
I mean, I think it's just really just to state that where hip hop is. Like, you know, everybody has been sliding on ops, you know, quote unquote. And, I mean, it's been a lot of, you know, unaliving in the game, you know, with various artists, and it's just starting to catch up to everybody.
Especially with like underground artists.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of drill music where they talk about that's what they're doing, and you know, it's just expected. Kind of.
Unfortunately.
My opinion on this, man, I hate to be like, man, I don't like.
I know what you're about to say, and I know.
But it was like
I knew this was coming.
It was expected because I mean,
because you kept hearing about it.
Yeah, you kept hearing about it. You know the situations. It also came out that one of his OTF members had been wearing a wire for years. So there's no telling what else they have on. They actually have him on camera and stuff, like giving money out and everything.
It's kind of like the Diddy thing.
Yeah, so I think a lot of times, you know, and this is a lesson to even like, you know, rappers that's local. You got these guys as millionaires, and they taking these dudes down, from him, Diddy, you know, Young Thug. So it's just
R. Kelly.
Yeah, it's just a lesson. I mean, I know a lot of, you know, the streets kind of translate into the music, but they not playing. They listening to, you know, they paying attention to the music. Matter of fact, I seen something on Instagram. I don't know, I seen a video on Instagram where a police officer was sitting there eating his lunch, and he was watching this music video, and the guy was just talking about all the stuff that he was doing. The police officer was just like shaking their head. And even if you watch the first 48, they see you, they watch your social media pages and all that other stuff. So
the thing is, we go ahead.
No, go ahead.
We live in a time right now where accountability for crime is like is high. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Where it's kind of like right now, it's a Me Too time that we live in, where, you know, like, especially like if you think about from people from the past and that have done things to other people, they are making those people accountable for the things that they've done, and a lot of people are going to jail for those things. So right now, I think that they're taking crime more serious.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Whereas in the past, it was like you had enough money, you could do what you want to do.
Yeah.
But you can't really do that now because you gon' and then plus, we always know that being black, we got it a little bit different. And I'm not saying that, you know, like, I'm not saying that they should get away because they're black. I'm just saying that we already know that we have white supremacy in this country. We already know that these things are against us. Why are we doing things that's going to make it? why we just like even if you really think about it. So Diddy's still in prison, right? Epstein, not Epstein, but what's his name? Weinstein. Weinstein was able to. He was the same thing, and he was able to get bail. Did he not? Sometimes you get treated a little bit different. If you know that you're gonna get treated a little bit different, you gotta be a little bit more careful.
I understand what you're saying, but and like me talking about this, I'm not celebrating none of this or whatever. But it's just like we know that they watch videos and people just continuously keep recording themselves and putting it on the songs, putting it on the social media, and it's just like, when do you?
I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to make an excuse.
No, I know you're not making an excuse.
What I'm trying to say is, it's just like for the people that's gonna be like, well, they always coming down on the black man. They always come down on the black man. But it's like, if you know that they gonna always come down on the black man, we gotta stay away from crime a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because if you got all that money and you rapping, you don't have to live that life no more. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that a lot of times, a lot of the rappers in the past, they talk about a lot of stuff, but it's because that's things that they've done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they're not talking about. I remember a time when rappers really didn't talk about, like, I just did this last week and I just killed this other. I just unalive this other rapper. You know what I'm saying? They would talk about back in the day what we did. This is what we went through. This, but now it's kind of like back in the day, last week, and they making music about it. So
they really unaliving people nowadays too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I got some more to say, but I don't want to do this.
I mean, it really go back to that private prison thing, man. Like, back in 89, 90, when, NWA was coming out and, that whole programming, I mean, this is just ripples from that, so, I mean, regardless of, what time frame, the fact that it's, popular or entertaining to hear these kind of lyrics, and some people can't really decipher the difference between the lyrics and reality, it just rippling.
And I think, like, with certain artists too, like, there's always bias, and sometimes we have to take the bias out of it, because sometimes these are people's favorite artists. People like these people. Like, I listen to Lil Durk, I listen to some of his music and everything, but I mean, if he's guilty of what he's done, I mean, that don't give him any type of excuse, because a lot of times I think we forget about the victim. We forget about the victim's family. And there's always, I don't know how, like I said, everything is allegedly, but you have to realize that, just because, a person is doing good now, they're good now, whatever, there's always something in the past that can come back and haunt you. There's always stories about this was done in the past. Just like, it was sad when, King Von got unalived, but, if you watch any type of stories or documentary about him, he was allegedly unaliving other people too. So this is the type of lifestyle you live. It's sad, but and it's even worse. I mean, not even worse, but a lot of people look at it like it's bad because these are popular artists. And sometimes we have to take that popular artist out and realize that this person has done something and they need to be helped.
So, spoiler alert, this is back to Penguin. But like, there was a scene, like, cause he's the Penguin, so he's going around doing all kind of crazy stuff, right? Unaliving, etc. And at some point, like, he's like talking, and the way he's talking is like he believes that what he's doing is right.
Yeah.
And I feel like as a people, we tend to do that.
Yeah.
Like, we do our dirt, and then we look at it through a lens where we had to do that. It wasn't,
Yeah.
But like you said, we do need to take accountability for our actions. You know what I'm saying? We can't just be doing things and then looking like, we're the victim when we're not.
Yeah. And a lot of, like I said, a lot of it, like, you even hear people, like, when you see it on social media, not hear people, but see people on social media going back and forth. And, we live in a pick and choose society, so, some people, depending on who the artist is or who the celebrity is, some people would be lenient or trying to make an excuse for that person because that may be their favorite artist, that may be their favorite celebrity, but at the end of the day, they still did something that they need to be held accountable for. Especially, it's like, it's just crazy, like when you get this level of success and you're making this money and it's like you still get wrapped up in this type of stuff. It's just, it's crazy. It's like, I don't know, it's just.
Well, it's a psychology,
Yeah.
and the psychology makes you do these things no matter how much money you have.
Yeah.
Just like sometimes money give you more power or more blessing, per se.
Yeah.
I mean, to
Access
actually
even.
access to
Yeah.
actually do these things that you feel that you should, and you feel that power behind you that I'm not gonna get caught because you don't know what's going on in these people's heads. You know what I'm saying? And then this is all they know.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
but I mean, I know back in our day when we listened to music or whatever, I mean, we wasn't privy to what was going on like we are now. You know, especially like everything is instant, and it's just like, you know, nowadays when these guys is rapping about it, they actually doing it. You know, it's just, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So it's crazy. It's sad on all angles.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, it's
Because you know there's kids involved, you know.
Yeah.
So it's just sad on all angles, but you know, who's the, you know, I mean, who knows what rapper or celebrity or whoever is next? It
Yeah.
seems like this year's been.
Yeah, because it seems like they clean up the streets.
Yeah, it's like.
See, like we live in cop land.
Yeah.
Like everybody, they clean. Yeah, so I mean, and I'm not saying that. Hey, I'm just gonna watch what happens.
Yeah.
I ain't about to make no judgment and say. You know what I'm saying, I'm just gonna watch what happens. See what
Outside with
happens.
Free Diddy song.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be outside. We're gonna be outside with where my baby. Now what's that baby wall sign? All right, well, that's it. I mean, I think that it is what it is.